Hi, this is Tricia, and we're back with our interview with John Connolly from Sevendust. We were in the middle of discussing what it's like having creative control with your own record label.
Yeah, it's as much as it alleviates, it also creates a whole bunch of pressure too, because there's no one else to blame. You can't point the finger. But that's kind of the one thing that we've always it's always bummed us out. Even with the TBT days and the JJ French days. I mean, TBT and JJ believed in us, and they got around us and they worked hard and we did it all together, but we didn't really know. We were super green. We were just getting into it, trying to figure it all out. And it's just nice to be able to be included in a decision from now on, as opposed to stuff just happening and then all of a sudden you're signing something and you're like, where did you get this? We had some, issues with a couple of our records, best the acoustic records, the Southside Double Wide. There were just a lot of button heads, where we weren't seeing eye to eye on how we wanted to roll something out. And now we have all the control over it. But like I said, it comes with a lot of added pressure. It's a good bit more work, but it's welcome work because there's no mystery. We know exactly where everything's going, how we're approaching it, why we're approaching it, how the rollout's going down. So,
well, I'm sure it took because you guys were so green and so new, and you really had to trust in somebody that knows more than you do, but it had to be their vision of how they saw you guys as a group. And as you've all grown together, grown up together as a band and as individuals, that's going to change. And
I think that was the biggest thing with us in the early days. TBT had such a huge belief when they first discovered us, but as we grew as a band, we grew just naturally the way that we, without trying to force it or trying to do anything, weird. And I think they wanted us to become something that we were never destined to be. They were into anything that had a "the" in front of it at the time. They went through that whole, the Strokes, the Hives, the White Stripes, and it was great. But it was like, wait a minute, you really think we're going to wear cardigans and listen to a Sevendust record? That's not what we are, I mean, we're a very heavy, super accessible melodic band because of what Lejean brings to the table. People call us new metal, and I'm like, well, we've never rapped, but
that's
being
what I was going to say.
included in
You
that
came out at the new metal time, and that's like Disturbed being included in new metal. It's like there may be a couple of elements, but
Korn and Limp Bizkit were king when we were breaking on the scene. I mean, they were the two biggest bands, so playing a guitar solo was definitely something that was frowned upon. And if you had...
And you had no DJ, so...
Right, we didn't have a DJ, but we had the black guy in the band, and he must be a rapper, right? One of the greatest singers our genre of music has ever known, and he's just not a rapper. It's not naturally his thing. So to get into that whole new metal thing, I was like, okay, well, it doesn't bug me that much.
You ride the wave and try to deflect the titles.
I was looking at a poster the other day. It said #1 loud rock band. I was like, what was that? Okay, it was loud rock, and then it was new metal. They tried to call us, I forget what they tried to call us. They tried to call us.
I've always considered you guys just to be a melodic rock and roll band.
Yeah. I mean, we lean heavy and we lean light. We can go either direction. Which is unique, and I guess is probably one of the reasons most people have a hard time putting their finger on what we really are. And for the same reason that years ago, it was like, okay, what other band on earth? 3 tours in a row for us, no joke. Creed for 4 months. Going into Tattoo to Earth, going on in between Sepultura and Slayer, back to Creed for 2 months. I was like, talk about switching gears. I mean, we couldn't be light enough for the Creed fans, and we were almost not heavy enough for the Tattoo to Earth fans. So, we've always done that, and it's nice to be able to do it, but it's tough because people can't commit you. They can't pigeonhole you.
And that was something I wanted to ask you about, because this tour, you guys have Lacuna Coil.
Sure.
I mean, you've got this crazy female-fronted death metal band playing with you. You guys seem, your genre, you don't have a genre. There's enough stuff incorporated in your...
We're soul metal.
Yes, you are.
Soul metal.
I like that.
I don't know. I mean, Lejean's he's such a fan of regular R&B, pop music, country music. He's a fan of current. Like he'll hear something and it'll become his favorite song, and then 6 months later it'll win, performance of the year, album of the year, something like that. He always latches on to the one that, is destined to do it. So he's got that sensibility and that ear. He's got a really good ear for that, and that's the one thing that I think gives us the key to unlock that door is we're a super heavy band. We could be, if we with a different singer, we could have ended up being, like a Lamb of God or a band like that, a band that had no accessibility whatsoever. But Lejean just does what comes naturally to him. I mean, that's how he reacts to what we do. It wasn't like we sat down and said, okay, we want to do this and try to do a twist on it. We just happen to love his voice, and we happen to be, as much as we love Slayer records and stuff like that, we all have Journey records in our collections. I mean, I'm not ashamed to admit, we grew up listening to Foreigner and, all those bands that had, phenomenal singers.
That's what makes you guys so
as much as we love the heavy stuff, it's like we love to sing over it too. So.
And Lejean is kind of the, I call him Atlanta's ambassador of metal, because any show you go out to, he's there greeting other bands that are coming into town.
Sure.
I see him all the time.
Of course, now he's in Kansas City. Now he's got a new home out in Kansas City, so now he's got two homes. He's got Atlanta going on here, and now he's got Kansas City, so he's branching out. Yeah, he was up at 8 a.m. this morning talking with local radio in Kansas City for a show we had coming up over there. So.
I wanted to ask you about upcoming shows. You said you're doing Carolina Rebellion this year. Any other big festivals or?
Rock on the Range. We do the Sunday on Rock on the Range. We do the Rebellion, and we're doing Kansas City Rock Fest. Those are the three big ones that we got coming up over the next few weeks. And then I think pretty much we'll take the month of June off, which we'll need it because we'll have gone pretty deep at that point. It'll be about 4 months.
Where can fans go to look at your? Do you have what I don't know exactly what the website is.
Sevendust.com is our regular website, but we're actually more in tune with what's going on our Facebook page.
Okay, so make sure you check them out on Facebook.
The official Sevendust Facebook page and Twitter. Both of those feeds we're pretty much on every day. It's hard for us to get to the individual ones, but we at least kind of do a
and it really is you guys answering your Twitters and stuff?
Us.
That is
It really is us. I mean, we've been falling behind.
You.
People are like, this is really, I promise it really is. I'm sorry it's 3 days late, but especially with a new record, it's not quite so much to keep up with when you're on a break, but it's been awesome, and a lot of cool shows coming up. But Facebook and Twitter is probably the most connected.
Okay.
We put a lot of Instagram stuff up too.
Awesome.
Picture takers. So.
Yeah, and when fans take their pictures, make sure you send them over to the Facebook page.
Absolutely.
So that every band loves to see their fans celebrating their music.
Good.
And we want to thank you guys. Do you want to send a quick message out to them and just let them know to get your asses down to the rock and roll show?
Get your asses down to the rock and roll show. All right.